but Chris Grayling, is the closure of the News of the World a cynical attempt to stave off greater problems for News Corp?
Well, frankly, today's decision, to my mind, is almost immaterial to the key goal right now, and that is to understand who is responsible for what's happened, for them to be properly investigated by the police and put before the courts. I think on Monday, when we learnt about Millie Dowler, and since then the revelations about victims of the London bombings, about the families of soldiers in Afghanistan, this whole affair went to a level that's beyond anything else we've countenanced. It is appalling. The people responsible have to be investigated, they have to be charged, they have to be brought before the courts. This was a crime that has revolted the whole country.
And what kind of inquiry would you think was the right inquiry into this? They've talked of 2 inquiries so far.
I think
people are rather sceptical about inquiries, aren't they?
I think we'll end up with several inquiries. We've got one today through the IPCC into the conduct of the police. Clearly there will be, and we've agreed with the opposition, there should be a public inquiry. Right now, the important inquiry is...
Forgive me, Chris. Would you accept tonight, in front of this audience, that because of the relationship between politicians and the journalists, there needs to be a judge heading that inquiry that has the capacity to compel witnesses to appear before the inquiry? It's a very simple question, yes or no.
Including politicians.
Well, including politicians.
Yeah. David Cameron has said he will sit down with your leader, Ed Miliband, and agree what form that inquiry should take.
Right
now, the inquiry I'm concerned about is the police. And it may
we've got a question about
it. It may very well be a judge-led inquiry. Yeah. But let us sit down on a cross-party basis and decide what the best way to carry out the inquiry is.
There should be a full public inquiry, and I think Shirley's right. I mean, ever since we're the last person out of Britain, the Sun front page, when Neil Kinnock was there, and everyone said, oh, the Sun won their election. I don't believe they did. But ever since then, politicians got scared of the red tops. And what happened then was Alistair Campbell and Tony Blair created this relationship with Murdoch. It wasn't just Murdoch as Darth Vader, the evil emperor, because that isn't what he is. It was both of them together. And the Conservatives have continued it. I sat in the office and saw it happen before my eyes. That's why I agree with you, Shirley. I'll put it in my diary. We need a full public inquiry, and it has to be headed by a judge. And I would even say that Rupert Murdoch himself should be called, if that's at all possible. And that's what should happen.
You're right.